Hi guys, how are you doing? It is my hope that you are well. I'm also fine and I'm so happy once again to be here on the Vima Show. For those who are new, this is the Vima Show where we deal with love issues, relationship tips, marriage, inspirational stories, even business ideas, even mental health. And I'm so much glad that you guys, you're still supporting our content. You are liking, you're sharing, you're subscribing. Keep on doing that. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the support. Yes, and as I told you the other day, that we will be doing a series of women in business. And so this is another time that we are going to talk about a different idea. I'm still going to bring the women in business, but today I wanted to break the monotony a bit. You know, it's been a while since I did a topic on marriage, and as you know, I'm always for marriages to work. And I've been thinking about a certain topic in marriage, and I think it's so good to share with you guys about it. That is working out for your marriage. And because I've been in marriage for a little while, yes, but I know you are there, you've been in marriage for so many years, maybe you have different experiences, but I've thought of there's a marriage somewhere, there's a couple somewhere who are almost giving up on their marriage. I know there are so many different reasons why you can give up on your marriage, but today I don't want to focus on why you should give up on that marriage. I just want to talk about how do you work for that marriage. Maybe you've realized that as a couple you are drifting apart, you've realized that things are not working out the way you hoped them to be, and maybe you feel that the only thing that I can do, the only solution that I see here is running away from it, or rather is just divorcing, leaving that partner, and maybe staying alone. But I've come to tell you, don't give up yet. I don't know the reason as to why you want to give up. I don't know, maybe, yes, I know there is a reason, but I don't want to focus on that reason. But don't give up yet. Before you listen to what I'm going to say, to tell you right now, don't give up yet. There are so many things that you can do to work out for that marriage. There are so many ideas that I'm going to share with you. And so stay tuned, watch the video till the end, because you're going to learn a lot. It might not be you, but maybe a friend somewhere is going through a hard time. Maybe their marriage is in a rocky place. Maybe they feel that this thing is not mine. You can share their points with them. And so the first point of how do you work for your marriage, I want to share with you. How do you work for your marriage? And the first thing that you will tend to believe and agree with me that most of the people we want to give out or rather to play the blame game. You want to blame one another. You want to say, no, it's not me, it's not my fault, it is the fault of the other person. And so the first rule number one, it is to stop the blame game. Yes, you have to stop blaming one another. Don't blame your partner. Sometimes, we tend to see as each and every person tends to see themselves as righteous. You tend to see that you are so holy, or rather you are so good compared to your partner. And so you are not at fault. You think that your partner is at fault. And so you want to say, it wasn't because of me. I'm not giving up on this marriage because I'm not the one, or rather I'm not the one at fault. It is my partner. Don't keep on blaming one another. Sometimes you might be the one who is doing the wrong thing, yet you don't know. And I want to encourage you to always reflect on yourself. The other day I talked about rebuilding yourself. How do you rebuild yourself? And one of the things that I mentioned there is about reflecting. Sometimes you don't have to look at the wrongs of the other person. You just need to focus on your heart. Is your heart right? Are your actions correct? Whatever you are doing, is it okay? And so you need to focus on that. Reflect on yourself before you start pointing a finger on your partner. Before you start saying, it is him, it is her fault, it is his fault. Before you start saying that, are you okay with whatever that you are doing? Are you okay? Are you trying hard to fight for that marriage? Have you already given up? Because sometimes you might find that you are the problem. you might find that your partner is not the problem, you are the problem. And so when you stop blaming one another and then you start reflecting on yourself, that is one way of working out your marriage. You'll see maybe there was a weakness that you saw in him or her, and then you realize, hey, I have also my own weaknesses, so I don't have to start blaming him. I don't have to start saying that he's the problem. I might also be the problem. And so that is one of the things that you need to focus on. That is, you stop blaming one another. Another point is solving conflict in a peaceful way. That is the second point. And how do you do that? You solve the conflict in a peaceful way. There are so many conflicts in marriage. And let me tell you, if in your marriage you have no disagreements, I tend to say that someone there, or rather one of you, is pretending. Yes, there are so many conflicts that are brought up by, of course, we have different opinions. You met one another when you were grown up, so you had your own way of living, your culture, and then you come across a person who has a different culture from you, and then you feel like it's not supposed to be this way. You want to push them to do what you feel is right. But when you try to do that, when you try to coerce them to do something that they are not comfortable with, it's going to bring a conflict. But how do you solve it? Conflict will always be there, but solve them in a peaceful way. Avoid solving conflicts violently. Yes, I know maybe you are that short-tempered person and you feel like the only way to solve a conflict is through fighting. Or rather, through beating my spouse, through fighting with them, through doing those nasty things with them. But let me tell you, there's a way you can solve a conflict peacefully. You just need to sit down. If there's an issue in the house, call your person. Talk to them, sit down with them, tell them, there's this and this and this. So how are we supposed to deal with it? And then you discuss as a team. Yes, I always say in marriage, you must work as a team of two people. Agree to disagree, disagree to agree. Solve those conflicts in a peaceful way, and that is going to help you. So if you are that violent person, or rather you feel that your partner is that violent person, try to negotiate in a peaceful way, and I tell you that you're going to see a change in that relationship. You're going to see a change in that marriage, because wherever there is peace, even God commands blessings there. Another one, it is another way of working for your marriage. If you feel it's in a rocky place, it is to boost your physical affection. Yes, the other day I talked about the love languages. I told you there are several love languages. We have one of touch, the sense of touch. There's a love language of action, or other act of service. There are so many love languages. Make sure before you settle down in that marriage, you understand the love languages of your partner. Why am I saying so? Because these are the things that are going to spice up your marriage. These are the things that are going to help you when when you feel down, when you feel like you're losing the morale to continue with that relationship, with that marriage. These are the things. These acts of service. These are gifts. They are the ones that are going to help you to realize that no, this person is more than this. Although things are not working out well in this side, but he is a good person. Maybe things are not working out, but he is a good person, because those things, the love languages, are the ones that keep. And they are the ones that spice up. Yes, that is the correct word. They spice up that marriage or the relationship. Another one is to spend quality time with your partner. I know the quality time idea is part of the love language, but I gave it as a fresh point because for those who are married, you'll tell me and you can bear me witness that quality time is everything with your partner. I know we are so busy, we are working, maybe you are working in a different place, there is that social distance, but always try to create time with your partner. Maybe you are busy with kids, there are kids in the house, you're wondering, how do I do this? How do I do this? There's a point that I'm going to give you on how you create time, the quality time with your partner, if maybe you already have kids in the family, because sometimes the kids will tend to take a lot of time from us. As the mom, you come from job, you want to spend time with the kids, and then you find that you cannot even have time with your partner. And let us be intentional. That's the point. As you purpose to spend quality time with your partner, make sure that you are intentional in it, because life is so busy. Life is so busy. So if you are not intentional with creating that quality time with your partner, definitely they are going to feel that you are not even into them. They are going to feel like you're just ignoring them, which is a very bad feeling. And so, my guys, as you continue watching the video, make sure that you purpose to spend quality time with your partner. Yes, another thing is to communicate honestly. For those who have been watching my videos, I'm a person who always emphasizes on the point of communication, because communication is everything in a marriage, in a relationship. How do you continue to know that you are still in that relationship without communicating? Yes, and even in marriage, sometimes people are not honest. There's that lack of trust. And let me tell you something, when there is lack of trust in marriage, everything is wasted away. Because how can you live with someone that you cannot trust? Yes. So as a partner, as a spouse, don't do anything that will break the trust that your partner has in you. Yes. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to give examples now, but don't do anything. You know your partner. You know what they like. You know what they don't like. So don't do anything that will try to make them to lose trust in you, because if it is lost, you are going to have a hard time regaining it. It will need the grace of God for you to regain that trust. So make sure that you communicate honestly. Is there anything that is bothering you? Maybe in your job, maybe in your career, in your business, or maybe something that is personal. Share with your partner. Yes? And when they share that thing with you, that a problem with you, do not judge them. Yes, I know many of us like judging. Maybe they tell you about their past, and then you are like, what? You never told me. Please just communicate honestly and try to understand one another. Make sure that you understand your partner. Another one is, do not allow the past wounds to cause a conflict in that marriage. Yes, what are these past wounds? These are your pasts. I've already talked about that. The past. Sometimes you might have a very dark past. I don't know how was yours. Sometimes you might feel like I'm not worthy even to be in this marriage. Sometimes you feel like I've done so many bad things, and it's like I'm not even worthy to be in this marriage or this relationship. When don't allow them to cause conflicts, and this person has trusted you, they have come and shared their past with you, do not keep on judging. Don't keep on trying to pin them down with those past issues they have shared with you. They have just come and they have trusted you with that information. And so make sure that you get that information. Make sure that you try to encourage them. Tell them, you talk to them. Tell them that no, that is your past, and right now you are a new creation. And even that is what the Bible says, that after we are in Christ, we are a new creation, and the past is gone. A new thing is coming. So let us focus on that. Maybe this person is changing. Maybe this person is rebuilding themselves. They are rebuilding themselves, and they want to start afresh. Yes? They want to turn a new leaf. So allow them to do that. When you start judging them, they are going to feel demoralized. They are going to feel that their self-esteem is down, and they might go back to the pit once again. So allow them. Just allow them to be themselves. Allow them to heal from those the past wounds. And that is one way of even working towards that marriage. If your partners come, they have shared their past, move on from it. Move on. Encourage them to move on from it. Another one is to practice forgiveness. Why are you giving up on that marriage yet? It is because you've not learned how to forgive. It is because forgiveness, let me tell you by the way, guys, forgiveness is a gift. Not everyone can forgive. Yes, not everyone who can forgive. Sometimes, okay, you know, even you are told to forgive so many times, 70 times 7, you know, you have to forgive. But I know many times we don't know how to forgive. Many times. Why am I saying so? Because sometimes someone might have done something, you know, something big, a very big mistake, and then you feel, how can I forgive them? But the right thing to do, it is to learn how to forgive. Learn how to forgive. No matter how hard it is, no matter how, you know, that mistake, how big it is, try to forgive. You cannot settle down in that marriage if you don't know how to forgive. Sometimes your partner is going to do something, uh, something wrong to you. Maybe they are going to repeat it again. I mean, to repeat it, sorry. And then you're going to feel like, hey, no, it's not supposed to be like this. Why is he repeating the same mistake? I told him the other day, you know, you need to talk to that person, understand them, and forgive them. That is the right thing to do. If at all you want that marriage to work out, learn how to forgive. Another one, it is to share your financial expectations. Uh, Yes, there was a video that we did the other day, a few months ago, about the expectations that we have when we are getting into marriage versus the reality that we find in marriage. Most of the time, we have this financial expectation issue that, you know, it's going to be this way. We are going to live in luxurious life. You're going to be living in a very extravagant life, but it's not always about that. Calm down and settle down. Agree. How do we manage our finances? Yes. Why? Because finances are the main cause of divorces, by the way. So many divorces are as reason, or rather the reason is because of marriage. Yes, you find that maybe your partner has this idea of finances, the other person has this idea of finances, but they cannot come into an agreement. They cannot agree because everyone feels that they are right. Everyone feels that no, this is how it's supposed to be done. Another person feels no, it's supposed to be this way. So if you don't agree on your finances, agree on needs, agree on wants. What do I mean? A need is something that you need to survive, or rather you require to survive. Yes? A need you cannot do without a need. So can you come down as a family, write down what are the needs? If maybe it's a family of 3, 4, 5, what are the needs? The needs are now the things that you must, the bills, of course, that you have to pay. And then what are the wants? A want is just something that you buy for luxury. Yes, you need it, but is it a must for us to do it right now? The point is, when I'm talking about this, because I'm going to be elaborating it as we talk about the finances, because I'm going to touch on finances later, finances in marriage, you're going to see that sometimes we have to focus. What is that want? A want is like a vacation. A want is maybe like a holiday trip, you know. A need is something that you need, food, yes? You have to, if you're living in a rental house, you have to pay rent. So make sure you agree, because many times, if you don't agree on this financial issue, it's going to cause a big conflict in that relationship or in that marriage. Another one is give each other personal space. I know many times we tend to believe that now that we are married, I should be following you everywhere. That now that we are staying in the same house, we are newlywed, so I should be following you. Sometimes it's okay, but don't overdo it. This person, your spouse might feel, no, it's like you are too much, you know? It's like you are already into his or her personal space. And we say that personal space is very important. Personal space is important in this way. That is when you want to maybe reflect on your life. That is when you want to meditate on your life. That is when you want to have your own time. Maybe if you are a believer, you want to pray at that time. You don't want this person just around you all the time. And let me tell you, when you try to invade that personal space, the person might feel like, it's like you don't trust them. And the reason as to why you keep on following them everywhere is because you feel like They are doing something wrong, and maybe you are insecure. Hey, can you fight that insecurity issue? Because it's going to affect your marriage. It is going to really affect your marriage. Remember, we always say that you have to trust one another. And if you don't give the other person the personal space, it's going to really affect their trust in you. And so make sure that you work on that. You don't have to go everywhere following one another, holding hands, just to prove to us, the society, that you guys love one another. You just need to just be you, just be you. Just be you. And that's another point. Just be you. Allow your partner to be them. You don't have to force them to do something that they don't like. You don't have to force them to be that person that that husband you have in mind. Life is a process, and you need to allow them to even evolve. Another point that is a very strong point is having date nights. Yes, having date nights. These are a very strong point of working for your marriage. You feel maybe your marriage is going down the drain, it's almost even collapsing, and you feel like, how do I help this marriage? How many times, if you're in that situation, let me ask you a rhetorical question. How many times have you had dates with your husband? I'm not talking about now girlfriend and boyfriend here. How many times have you gone for a date with your person? How many times have you gone on dates with your family? And not even family, with your spouse. Because the kids come later. Right now I'm focusing on the two of you. Why am I saying that? Because when the two of you break up, who are going to be affected? Definitely the kids. The kids. So for now, work towards the two of you. Work towards having that mutual understanding, that mutual relationship between the two of you. And so date nights are so important. Focus. But the other day I was sharing with a friend, and they were telling me, it's a couple, that they have purpose, because there was some issue. They have purpose now to always, every week, no matter how busy they are, you focus one day a week, you try to go for a date night. It's not a must for it to be a date night. It can be even a lunch or a dinner. But the reason as to why I'm encouraging you guys to do this, it's because it's going to bring intimacy. It is going to help you guys to be intimate. Why? Because the kids are not there. You're not going to be stressed about the kids. You're not going to be stressed about maybe what are we going to eat. Maybe the wife is not going to be stressed about what maybe she's going to prepare. Just go somewhere, relax, share your ideas. Can you try to do a recap of how your week was? Maybe if you're working, how it was, and everything about that. And it's going to help you guys. It's going to help you. You are going to bond. You are going to understand one another more, and even in a better way. You're going to feel like, hey, so my wife is passing through this. The week has been this way. She's passing through this in a job, wherever she's working. Maybe your husband has shared, this is what is happening. And you are going to help them now. You are going to relate from a point of understanding one another. You are going to relate from a point of, I know my partner, I know this is what they are going through, and so this is what I'm supposed to be doing to help them maybe deal with their issues. That is the time, if maybe you are a partner to your spouse and you feel like they have not been doing something correct in the correct manner, can you go and talk about it there? Yes, because I know you want to ask me what are some of the, if it's every week, what are we going to be doing every week? There are so many things you can talk about. Keep on reminding one another about the dreams that you have. Keep on reminding one another about the goals that you have to set as a family. Keep on asking one another about, keep on rebuilding one another's life. Even the emotional life. Keep on asking them, keep on bonding with them. There are so many things that you can do. If at all you have time, you can even go for a weekend. Maybe you can create some time, even if it's once a month, a weekend. Go somewhere, relax, evaluate how your month has been. If maybe there are some things that you've done wrong and you feel like this is the time I need to tell you that you did this wrong and this is how I expected you to do, go and share. Be open to one another, because that is going to help you guys. That is going to help you to work out for that marriage, because you are going to understand this person, and it's going to help you to understand that this is what my partner is going through, and so I need to do this to help them. Yes, another thing is have mutual respect for one another. You know, there's that the idea of being familiar. Don't familiarize with your partner. I know you want to say that, we joke, we do this, but let there be a boundary as a spouse. Know that I cannot go beyond this. Even if we are cracking jokes, I cannot go beyond this. Why? Respect one another. Respect your partner. Respect their boundaries. Respect what they like. Respect what they don't like. And that is going to help you even to bond more. That is going to help you to help you to know, when I do this, I'm crossing the boundary here. Allow them to have their own time. They are free, not their personal space, the way we've said. So always allow them to be themselves, and always respect their decisions. As I talk about the mutual respect, it's not just about I respect you, you respect me. Respect their decisions. Sometimes you're going to find that there are some men who feel like they are they are bosses. They are the bosses. You feel like, okay, we call them chauvinistic men. You feel like you're the one who is supposed to make decisions in the family. You are the one who is supposed to invest for the family. Sometimes it's not all about that. If you respect your wife, give her an opportunity to shine. Give her an opportunity to make a decision for the family. Involve her in decision making. If you feel this is what I want us to do, ask her, what is your idea? What do you think? Yes? Let the wife also share ideas. And even for the men. Now in this current generation we are living in, you find there are some women who are, we call them the matriarchy. They feel that they are already empowered, and they feel that they can sit on the man in the house. Please, give him the respect that he deserves. Give him that respect that he deserves, and allow him even to make decisions. Because the men have a certain ego. And so try to praise the ego. Let him be the man in the house, It doesn't matter if he's bringing something on the table or something little on the table, because as a man, you have to bring something on the table. But you don't have to be the one bringing that big thing. Maybe your wife is, but always as a wife, respect that man, allow him to make decisions in the family, and let me tell you, everything is going to go on well. Another one is to let go everything that stands in between you and your partner. Let go everything. I don't know what it might be. Maybe this something that you are still, a grudge that you are still holding on to, and you feel, no, you've never forgiven them. You feel, no, this is a big mistake that person did or rather committed, and I cannot even forgive them. Don't allow it to drain your marriage. Don't allow that mistake. Don't allow that error to drain your relationship. Why? Because it's going to be, it will keep on, popping up in your mind. It will keep on reminding you, hey, you are saying you love this person, but he just did this. He just cheated on you. He just did this, Those are the things that we need to work out for and to look out for. Don't allow something like that to drain your marriage. Don't allow something like that to kill that marriage. Remember, how many years have you been married? How much have you invested in that marriage? There are so many things you've done to invest. Even if it's not financially, the time that you've been in that marriage, that is a lot of time wasted, Don't allow that marriage just to go down the drain without working for it. Another time I'll come here and share about now when to say enough is enough. But today I'm emphasizing, don't let go before you do these things. Don't let that marriage go before you do all this. And so that point is, let go anything that is standing in between your love and your partner. Anything, it might be anything. It might be maybe the third party. It can be the in-laws. It can be, as long as you are correct with your partner, guys, that is the main idea. Another one is When I talk about letting go, I've already given you a few ideas. You can let go even the insecurities. I've already talked about that. The insecurities that you have. Are you insecure? Maybe you feel that you are working in a far place compared to, or rather there is a bigger and a large distance between the two of you. How do you do it? How do you manage it? You have to sit down as a couple and agree. How are we going to be bridging this distance? Yes, I'm working in Mombasa, you are in Nairobi, but how weekly, how can we manage to be meeting and having some time? Another thing you can let go is criticism. There are so many of us who like criticizing our partners. You like maybe to just throw some mean words to them. You like maybe criticizing how they dress. You like criticizing how they cook. There are so many things that you can do to criticize them. So avoid this criticism because they lower your partner's self-esteem. Sometimes you might feel like it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to make a joke, to crack a joke. It isn't. This is your partner, this is your spouse, and they believe in you. And so every time you try to pin them down by criticizing them, it will even lower their self-esteem. They will not be confident. They will not believe in themselves again. Another thing is to let go of fears. What is that fear that you have? There are so many people who have a fear, maybe this person will leave one day. They have come and settled down with you. You don't have to fear anything. Maybe you fear that if you lose a job, they will go. Yes? Can you fight those fears? Let go the fears. The fears that this person might be cheating on you, the fears that this person is cheating on you already. Those are the fears that you need to work out for. Yes? Just ignore them. Yes? Another one is... can you let go this idea that you are the person who is always right in every argument? I've said that conflicts are there, but don't try to prove a point. Every time you are having that discussion with your partner, don't prove a point. You don't have to. You don't have to prove a point that you are the best. You don't have to prove a point that it isn't your fault. Yes? So make sure that you get away with that. Don't allow yourself to be moved by always being the right in that relationship, to be always being, the victim. Yes, that is the word. Don't always be the victim in that argument. You don't even need to argue. Just sit down, explain to your partner, I don't like it when you do this, and they are going to listen because they love you. Another point, another fresh point now is have sex more. Yes, make sure that you are intimate. And I always tell you that sex is a gift from God for the married. So every time a couple is always encouraged to be intimate with a partner because it creates that bond. It, in fact, strengthens the bond. It will always make you to look forward to meeting your partner all the time, And as you do that, make sure that you are doing it. I'm talking about now to the married, yes? Make sure that you are doing it with your partner, not any other person. Another one, as I conclude, it is being aware of the relationship destroyers. Always be aware of those relationship destroyers. So many times, you'll find that marriage is breaking up. This couple have already agreed to break up, but there is a destroyer somewhere who kept on, pushing maybe the lady, who kept on telling the lady, no, you should go, you deserve better. I know it can come to that point, but before then, why are you allowing the destroyers to destroy that relationship? Why are you allowing the people to kill that marriage? Don't allow the third parties, because there might be a person who is there outside watching and waiting to see if you are going to let go of him, and they are going to jump into that relationship already. They are going to jump into him already. So don't, as a lady, be very wise. As a man, be very wise. Is there someone outside that marriage, maybe a mutual friend or a friend, that is always encouraging you to go to stay out of that marriage? Just do research. many times they are going to be the destroyers. They are going to be outside, maybe, and many times they are not going to be married already. They are going to be single. And so they want you to go back to that single life that you had. And then they'll start laughing at you and wondering, where were you going? Now you've come back to us, you know. Always watch out to those, for those are marriage destroyers. Even if they are friends, even if it is a friend or a mutual friends, can you watch out for them? And as I conclude, I don't know what is making you to be on the verge of giving up on that relationship. I don't know why you feel like you have to. I've just come to encourage you. For today, I've come to encourage you and tell you, don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. Try to do the things that we've talked about. Try to practice them. Practice forgiveness. Have those your own time. Can you try to create quality time with your partner? Try to work out the things that I've told you here. And tell me, give me a testimony in the next video. Give me a testimony whether it is working for you. Because I always believe when you involve God and after you work out those things that we've talked about here, that marriage is going to be restored. Because it is not the will of God to break, for a marriage to break. It isn't the will of God. And even you as a couple, when you agreed that day, when you agreed to be married by that man, you as the man, when you agreed to marry that lady, it wasn't your will to break up. You know, that is just the scheme of the enemy. So don't allow him to win this battle. You are stronger than that and you can win. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. I'm so much happy and glad that you are learning a lot. You can comment, what are you learning about? What have you learned about? What is that strong point that you feel like it was a very strong point for you? Share with us. You can even add other more points that we can, and let us help one another, guys. Share this video to your spouses. Share this video to your friends. Let us keep on growing together. Thank you so much. I love you guys.